Hi, this is an ordering system developed using Python. So let me start by entering my details there. Paul DJ, oh man, that's my name, and the telephone number. Please don't call that number, I made that up. The email, let's make up another email. Let's go for .com, that's my email. Okay, the number of white wine 10 to order, number of red wine, and all the types of wine. Let's go for 19, and the price of this, let's say that's $9.99. Okay, this one is about £10 plus, and this, let's go for about £12, 65p. All we just need to then do is select payment method and enter. Click on that. We don't have any discount, so we have our sales reference there, and that is it. That's how this online ordering system works. So you can always reset if you want and just enter another order. So maybe your name is, let's say your name is Bobby Drunk, and telephone number, okay, email bobby@gmail.com, and white wine, red wine, other type of wine, and the price, and so on. Okay, it works just like any other system. So what I'll do now is to take you guys straight into the development environment, or Python development environment. Then we put one of these together and you guys see how to develop something like this, and you can always improve on it if you want. So I'm just going to quit and we go straight into the development environment. Now we go on File, Project. Now that is open, we start by importing the following from Enter. Let's import all there. Then next thing I intend to import is, I'm going to import from TTK, because I intend to use combo box. I should be using some combo box there. Then the other thing we want to import, random. I'll be using that to generate random numbers. Then I want to import time. Then we also need to import the date. Let's import date and time there. Okay, and let's start by giving our program a name. I'm just going to call it root equals tk. That should be equals tk, and we enter the parentheses there. Then the next thing is root.geometry. So in this case we want to specify the size of our framework, so it's going to be 1350 times 650. Then we say plus 0 coordinate. Okay, close that. So which means the system, when it opens, it starts from here and it will fill up the screen. So the next thing we want to import now, okay, let's add our title first. We're going to need a title right there, and the title in this case I'm going to call it online ordering system. Okay, so that is the title of my project. Okay, let's set the background. I want to configure a background here. So my background is going to be root.configure. Okay, background equals, I will be making my background black. That is my background right there, and close that. And right here, let me just run things up here. So the next thing is, let me go to file, save this project. Let's just save it, call it other systems, and save it right there on my desktop. Save. Okay, let's run it and see. It's just going to be a black string. Can you guys see that it's black because I specify it to be black? Supposing I say maybe green. Okay, Control X, press F5 and see what will happen. That's it, green. So you can always specify the color of your string, but in this case I just want it to be black. Okay, supposing you don't want it to be black, you can just leave it there, and the string will actually remain as the default color, which is something gray. That's the default color. Okay, now the next thing I will do is, let me define, you might be thinking, why am I doing that? I might as well define the exit. Okay, for my exit, I'll just enter as follows right there. And let's come in there, indent, and there, that's my exit right there. So which means when I run the program will actually prompt you to verify if you want to exit the system. Okay, now, okay, the next thing I'll do now is, let me define my frame. Okay, here I have all the frames I intend to use. Okay, so I think I should run it so that you see my frames. So have a good look at the codes. Let's see how it looks like. That's how my framework looks like right now. That's the frame, and here, up here, let's enter a title there. Okay, so right underneath here, come right down here to just take it down. Okay, I will enter my title right here. So let's give that a go and see how the title look like. This is my project from here down here. So let's run it and you guys see it. Alright, you see the title there and how the project is looking right now. So I'm going to close that and close this as well. Let's just close that. Now let's scroll right down. Right here, I will enter as follows to create my buttons. So the first button I will create would be, let's go for the total. I'm going to call it total cost equals button. Now I need it to be on the right hand side, so I will then go for this very one, right inside right. So copy that and paste it right in here. That's the frame where I want it to be. So let me pad it, make that 8, and the border, make that 8 as well. Well, for the font, let's make that black, and we need the speech mark here as well. Alright, so put a comma there, and font, I'll make my font, let's make that area. Okay, come in here and enter area right there. That's for the font. Then 16, that's the size of the font, and let's make it bold. Then close the bracket. Now enter a comma right here. The width, I'll make the width 11, and comma, press enter, and let's start from a new line. Then the text that I want on this very button, let me go for total cost. Okay, that's the text I want on that very button. Then background of the button, shall I make it, let's make that white and see. Okay, that's it. Let's just close that and say dot grade, and let's make that row equals 0, and the column will be 0 as well. column equals 0, and just close the bracket. So that is my button there. So I'm just going to copy this, or if you guys want to see what we've done so far, we'll save it and just run it. Let's see. Okay, look at the button right there. Okay, that's the button. So now let's do something else. Just copy that very button. I'm going to paste it in there. I need 4 of those. That's 4 in total, and each of them, they are all on column 0, but the row will be different. Row 1, row 2, and row 3. Okay, they all have the same name right now, but let's change this. This is exit. Let's change that. And if you remember earlier on, the function exits, this very one. So I'm just going to attach that function here. So let's say comma command equals exit. Okay, and I can even call the name btn exit. Alright, so if I run this now, this is how this system will look like. Let me just show it to you guys. That is how it's looking right now. Okay, if when I click on exit, do you want to exit? No. You want to exit? Yes. You see how it works? So that's fine. Alright, now we have 0, 1, 2, and if this is 0, this one is 1, this one is 2, and this one should be 3. Really, that's 3. Okay, so that's fine. Now let's change this total here. Let's change that to other reference. So that's fine. Other reference. Just give that a name. Call it other reference as well. And this one, I'm going to call this one resets. So, and that's the name right here. Just change that to reset. Paste. Then hold on to your Control S, press F5 to run it. Right there, I have all my buttons in place. That's for the total, reset. Okay, that's for my reference number and exit. Yeah, I want to exit the system. So that's the buttons taken care of. Now let's do one more thing. The next thing we want to do now is we want to start creating all our labels, text box, and combo box. Maybe right here, where I have the right frame, I can even enter my text right there. Maybe we should do that now. But before that, let me just declare the following variables right underneath here. Yeah, I can put that right here underneath here. I will enter the following variables. Take a good look at those. Those are my variables I intend to use. I've named them accordingly so that I don't miss it. Okay, now that I have all my variables in place, let's finish up with the right hand side data. This very one, let me show it to you here. I'm going to enter labels and a text box or entry widget in here. Okay, so let me do that now. Okay, now let's take care of that. So I'm going to call the first one LBL method of payment. Okay, method of payment. So that's the name of my label. And let's just enter equals and enter the widget label there. And I want it inside this very frame right there. That's where I want it. Okay, and enter a comma there. And the font, I'm just going to copy this and paste it there. So I have my font in place. Maybe change the size of the font to about 12. Then the text on it equals method of payments. So I'm just going to copy that. I'm just feeling lazy, so all I do is copy and paste that in there. That's my method of payment in place. Alright, so the next thing is just press enter, then let's define the following. So let's go for the font color, make that black, and the border, make that 16, then maybe anchor equals W, and just close that. So that is taken care of. So the next thing is, let me just copy this and enter as follows. So what we want to enter now is just the grade. So dot grade, and let's position it to row 0, column 0. Okay, just paste that in there, right there. So if I run it, yeah, that's fine. Let's Control S, press F5 to run it. Let's see what is missing. Oh, there's look at it, capital letter A. That's an error, so it's very case sensitive, so let's get it right. And that's it. Okay, that's my label right there. Okay, so let's close that. Now we now want to define our CMD. This is going to be a combo box, so it's going to be CMD combo box. So let's just put that in there. So I'm going to pack it as well, so I might as well just copy and paste two of those. And this one, that will be that will be in column 1, really. Yeah, that will be column 1. Okay, so the combo box, let's finish up with the combo box, equals ttk dot combo box. Okay, open a bracket and specify the location of the frame. That's the frame right there. So I've specified where I want, which of the frame I want it to be. So now let's get the font. I want that. Let me change that to about 10. Now I then need to get the value for this combo box. Alright, so the value in this case, let's go for value, enter value. Yeah, that's correct, comma, then close it and enter equals, I want just an empty space there. Then I want as follows, 1 2 3. So the first one here, that will be empty, and this one, let me call this one, you want to pay by cash. Okay, or you would like to pay by debit card, or you would like to pay by Visa card. Let's go for Visa card. And finally maybe MasterCard there. So that is taken care of. So we have our different method of payment there. Now if I run it, let's run it and see, just to confirm that it's fine. Control S, press F5. There, you see our combo box right here, guys. Okay, so we can select, and we can even select empty, MasterCard, and so on. Okay, so let's complete. So what I'll do now is just to speed up the development, then I'll get back to you guys. Okay guys, I've actually speed up the development of the interface. Okay, this is where we left off, the combo box, and the rest of them, that is it right here, that's label. This is entry. Yeah, it's called entry, that's the name of the widget. There's entry and there's text box, but I'm actually using entry. Alright, label. So just have a look at it from here. Okay, take it down. Those are the lines of codes. Alright, and underneath is the button, which I did earlier. Okay, so if I come back here now, press Ctrl S, press F5, and right there, you see that, guys? So I have my combo box there. I have my discount area, tax, subtotal, and total. Okay, now that we've taken care of this, I'll start by taking care of this frame here, this top right frame. So I intend to enter date of order, time of order, and customer reference. So let's close this and get that done. So I'm just going to copy this and paste it right underneath here. And right here I will enter top right frame. So let's start by defining our label. So I'm going to call that LBL date of order. Okay, that's my label right there. So let's enter label. Let's change that. Okay, now I want that to be on, let me get the frame so that I get it right. So it's going to be right inside left. Okay, put that in there. So that is my frame. Then I want the font to be as follows. So just copy the font and paste it in there. And I also, let me enter the following text anyway. So that will be date of order. Paste that in there. That's the date of order. Okay, now I don't need, let me copy all of these. I need that, and just come right down here, paste all of those in there. And the border, let's change that to 10 anchor west. So that's fine. So I also need to enter my griddle there. So I want it to be row 0, column 0. Yeah, so that is the label taken care of. Now let's take care of the text. So I'm going to call that txt date of order. Let's paste that in there. Txt date of order. Let's copy it as well, because I'm going to need the grill as well. Let's paste that in there to speed things up a little bit. Paste it underneath there. So that is going to be entry. Okay, that's the widget I intend to use, and I'll just copy all of these, copy those, paste it in there, and that is that. I will need, let me enter bg equals, make that 20, and the width, I'll make that about 42, comma, and I also need the color. Let's go for white. Yeah, comma. Then let's justify it. Justify left. What about the text? Okay, so the text in this case, text variable, I've already that's incorrect. I've already declared my text variable up there. I think I call it the date of order. That is it. So I'm just going to copy that. That's my text variable I intend to use. Just paste that in here. Yeah, that's fine. Close the bracket. and that's all there is to it. The only thing is this one is column 0, so this one should be column 1. So if I save it, let's save this and run it. Okay, right there, can you see that, guys? So what I will do now is I will repeat exactly the same thing for time and customers reference. So all I just need to do is copy. I'm going to copy that, come right down here, paste. That will be for time. Okay, so this one will be time of order, time of order. Okay, so if that's 0, so this one will be, oh, undo that, that's in the wrong place. This is time of order, LBL, time of order. Okay, we can just copy and just change the rest, paste, paste, and paste. So this will be rule 1, rule 1 as well, rule 2, rule 2 as well. So let me just show you guys how it will look like before I speed it up. This is how it looks. Okay, so but this one should be rule, no, that's rule 3. Okay, let's give that a shot again. So this one is, come in here and just change this to time of order, time of order. Why this one will be customers reference. Where is it? Right there, customer ref. Alright, so let's run it now and see. Okay, you see that, guys? So what is missing is just the label. So let's come into back to the label and see why the label is not showing there. So for the customer, this one here, okay, so that should be customer reference. I'll just speed that up and get back to you guys. Okay, let's give it a try again one more time. Alright, that's how it's looking right now. Okay, so I'm just going to now work on this frame here and this very one. So let's continue. Close that. Now, okay, the next one is the upper frame, so upper left frame. So I'll just copy that and paste that in there and change this to, that'll be upper left frame. Okay, now right in here, enter as follows: LBL customer name equals label. Now I want it to be inside frame left, inside left, this very one. Okay, left, inside left. So copy that frame and paste it right in there. Now the font and so on, I can just copy all of these, copy that, paste it right in there, put a comma and paste that there. Then change the name to customer name. Right, so that is taken care of. All I just need to now do is enter a grade there, paste that dot grade, and that's going to be definitely row 0, column 0 anyway, so just paste that in there. So that is for the left hand frame right at the top. Okay, that's it there. Now let's enter entry widget there. So we need an entry widget, so I can just copy this. Let me copy this very entry widget, paste it there, and just change the name. Copy, change the name. change, and here there should be customer name, because I already have a variable called customer name up there. Let's confirm that customer name right there. Okay, so now I think that's all for this. Maybe let's increase the font here, and yeah, I think that's all there is. So let's run it and see. Alright, there's something missing. Let's see, what was that? Oh, I was meant to specify the location of my frame. Let's copy that and enter the right frame location there. Okay, so let's give it a try again. There we go, guys. Okay, so now let's speed that up. Okay, that's how it's looking now. That's the code of the top left frame. So let's run and see the whole system. You see that, guys? That's how it's looking. So all that is left for us to do now is just this very part of it. So to do that, we just speed that up as well to save time. And right here, let's come here, because I like you guys so that you don't mix that up. So let's put that just before the buttons here. So right there, I will enter the following. I'll speed that up, and right here, okay, these are the lines of codes. Okay, have a good look at it. Bottom left frame is called. So let's bring it down. So now you see it. Okay, take it down. Alright, that's all for the bottom left frame. So press Ctrl S and press F5 to run it. And right there, guys. Okay, that's my interface developed, but it doesn't do anything for now. Apart, the only bit that does something is the exit. Okay, so let's start with some function definition. So the first function I'm going to take care of will be the reset button. So you see all of this, my data right here. I'm just going to copy it all. Okay, just copy it, open up a new frame and just dump that in there. Copy this, come to edit, replace, paste that in there, and just in here what you want to replace it with will be that. Okay, set to empty and just enter, just click on the replace all. That is it. That's my reset button taken care of. So I'm going to cut that off, get rid of that, don't need it anymore. And right here, define reset. That's my reset, and right underneath here, paste all of that, select it all and just indent. Okay, alright, but not all of these will be required. Some of them, something like this, we end up with 0 inside it, or I can always delete that. So that'll be 0 there, 0. Okay, so what else you have a 0? Okay, all the ones that we have a 0 will be taken off because I need them. And once the system initializes, okay, so let me just get rid of them, take them all off so they will not be included. Undo that first. Yeah, because these are 0 as well to do. And discount. it seems to have two of those. I think that is not right. Okay, let's indent. Let's just indent. Oh no, the indent. Alright, so those ones are there. Get rid of this, remove this here, and then just paste this here. Okay, so which means when I run the system, those components will be initialized with 0. So if I run it now, let's run it and you guys should see what I'm talking about. Let's see what happened there. This is not defined. Let's look for it. It's not defined because it's actually assigned a value before the variable. The variables are right underneath here. So I'm just going to cut that off and paste it right underneath the variables. So right here, you get the variable, then you initialize it. So paste that in there. So if I run it now, you see that error is taken care of, and that is it. You see, they all have the zeros in there. Okay, so that's one down. The next thing is for us to now assign the function to this, to the reset button. So let's take care of that. Let's get the name. The name of it is just a reset anyway. That's a reset. So let's come down to this very button here, reset button, this very one, and right here where it says command, let me just copy this command and just paste it right here and type reset. That's it taken care of. So if I run it now and enter whatever in here, telephone number, email address, okay, we can always reset. There, you see that, guys. Okay, the next thing is, let me take care of the dates. Okay, and let's take care of the dates, time, and customer reference. Those are very easy to take care of. So let's come in here. Right underneath here, so I'm going to enter the date and the time there. So they too will be initialized as soon as the system start running. Okay, now here, this is where we have, okay, we have the function. So let's declare another function. So right underneath here, let me enter my function there. That's the function for the reference. So let's come right down, get the reference button here, right here, enter comma, command equals order reference. That is it. So which means if I click on that, because I'm using random function for there, you see it generated some numbers there, the PR that I just made that up, so we can always change that to anything. Okay, look at it right here. Let's go back up. Where do we get? There we go. So we can just call it OS, order system, or whatever you like, yeah, or ordering system. So which means when you run the program, click on that, and that's what you get. Alright, how does it work? It works with the aid of this random function here. So I specify the range of my numbers. Okay, that's what I want, and you must make sure you import random library there. Okay, so that's that taken care of. So what is left for us to do now is the calculations. So let's take care of the calculations now. I thing to take care of the calculation, that might take some time. That's the last bit really. So let's run it again. Okay, just you enter details there and so on. Here we're supposed to be able to enter numbers. Okay, and we should be able to select this, click on this to get the total of everything. That works. So all that is left for us to do now is to take care of this. So 1, 2, 3 buttons works, and all I want to do is to be able to enter values in here and click on total, and we get the final output in here. That's what we need to do now. So to do that, we're going to be making use of all these variables that were declared earlier on. All of these variables right here. Okay, from here really. Okay, we'll be making use of every single variables here. It seems to have two discount there, this one here. Alright, so let's come in here, come up here. Now start with a new definition, function definition. Bring that down, and there we just call it cost of order. Okay, the first thing is, let me say quantity equals float, and that will be the quantity here, right here, this very one of, no, that will be white wine, quantity of white wine. Dot get. So that's for white wine. We just copy that. So this will be Q2, quantity is 3, and the other type of wine here, that's a red wine, and this is other wine. Yeah, that is correct. Alright, so now that we've captured that, what we need to then do is use another local variable. I'm going to call that unit price. Unit price 1. I'm going to need 2 more of those equals. Let's go for float as well to capture all of those data. That will be unit. There we go. There they are. So let's arrange it properly. That is for white one dot get, and let's copy that. So next one is for red wine, so we can just change this to red wine, then other one. Yeah, there we go. All of those variables are being used. So this one is 3, 2. So 1, 2, 3. That's correct. Now we now need another local variable. This other local variable that will be used, let's say cost of wine. Cost of wine 1 equals, let's go for str, so which means convert that to string, equals quantity 1 multiply by unit price 1, closed the bracket. So that's the first variable. Let's copy and define another variable. That'll be 2 and 3. So change this to 2, 3. 2. That's 2. That's 3. The same thing applies to these. So what that means is all of the values in here, in these two local variable that I use as a assignment, I then assign all this content in there, assigned to this very one, and this is assigned to this very one. The same thing for number 2 and number 3. Okay, now that that is taken care of, let's take care of the other one. I'm going to call that cost of other wine, or cost of red wine. So that will be cost of white wine. This is it here. I can just copy that, just paste it in there. So I'm going to need that of red wine as well. Copy, paste that underneath here. Then cost of other wine, this very one. Copy that variable, paste that in there. Now dot set. So what I want you to set would be the value of this. Set that right in there, paste. Okay, so we can just copy all of these and just paste it, paste, and just change the numbers. So which means those information are stored in here. Okay, now that we've taken care of this, let's give it a try and see before we continue. So let's run it. Before that, let's enter a space in here. Okay, that's fine. So come in here, let's save it and run. It's not gonna work. I need to get a command in place. Okay, come down here, copy that and come right down here. See where it says total cost, and right here enter comma. That'll be command equals cost of order. Alright, so that's fine now. Let's save and run. Okay, we enter some value in here, and the cost of each unit. So click on total there. Okay, see, so that is working now, and all we need to do is get it formatted and send some information into the text tags, subtotal and cost of total cost. So let's come back in here, go to where my function is, right there. Okay, now that we know it's working, so all we then need to do is I'm going to copy this variable because I intend to use it for my cost of everything, work out the subtotal and the total. So let's copy all of that, paste that in there, and change the names. Take that off. Yeah, so the names are changed now. Take this off as well, so only the figures are stored in there. Okay, so now let's come in here and say all cost equals, add up everything here. We add this plus number 2 plus number 3. Let's change the numbers so that we don't forget. This is 2, it's 3 there. Now let's declare a local variable. I'm going to call it tax all equals, enter, let's enter pound sign there, pound, comma, str, open a bracket, and pound sign dot 2 decimal place. Okay, close that, pound sign again, and just enter all costs, close that, multiply by 0.02. okay, I just made that up. So that's for my tax. Now come to tax right there, dot set that to tax all, and close that. So that's for our tax. So hopefully this should work for the tax. Let's give that a try, run it again, and let's see what will happen. Enter some value in here and click on this there. So that's the tax right there. Okay, that's fine. So we need to now work on subtotal. Okay, so have a good look at the lines of code. Alright, so even if we take it from the top, that's it. Have a good look at it, bring it down. Okay, so import as follows, give your programming name, exits, that's how I've arranged my own system, reset, that's for my reference. Now I'm carrying out the calculations of all the item bought. Okay, and if you come right down here, here are all my variables. Those are my variables. Alright, now I've assigned some values into my variables, initialize some of my components. So alright, okay, and here date and time, that is for time, and the one below, that's the date. Okay, so here I have my frames. Those are the frames. Okay, from here down here, and up here, that is the title of the project, or we can just say project title. That is the project title here. Okay, now this lines of code from here down here, that is for the top left frame, and this one is top right frame from here down. Then this is for the right frame. Okay, take it down. This right frame is actually at the bottom right frame. It should be called bottom right frame. Okay, so take it down. There I have a combo box in there. Bring it down here, all the way down here. Okay, then I also have bottom left frame, where I have all my label widgets and entering widgets. There's a lot of coding involved in that area. And finally I have my button. Alright, so let's go back to where we carrying out the calculation right here. So we've taken care of total. We now need to take care of the subtotal. Subtotal, well, let me just say subtotal P equals, I'm going to copy all of this instead of typing it all over again. Let's paste that in there. Equals that, and that'll be all. That's all costs actually. Okay, Now subtotal P, and I want subtotal P here, this very one, I want it inside subtotal. I'm gonna copy it again, paste that in there, dot set subtotal P inside subtotal. So that's the subtotal taken care of as well. Now let's see if I run the program, whatever I enter in here, and click on total, that is it, subtotal, the tax the paying on these. Okay, and all that is left for us now is to take care of the total. Exit, yes. Now let's take care of the total. As for the total, that will become, let's declare a local variable first, total cost P equals all of this, paste that in there. Let's bring this up so that you can see it. Alright, now we then need to, let me add this, a plus, I need to add this to work out the tax as well. Paste that. Let's multiply it by 0.02, close the bracket, 1 2 3 I believe, so we have 1 2 3 4, so 1 2 3, right, seems to have 1 2 3. Let's put a bracket here. Now that's correct, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4. Okay, now let's get subtotal P, total cost P, paste that in there, take off the P, dot set, open a bracket and close, total cost P. Yeah, that's that. So hopefully subtotal is taken care of, total is taken care of, and tax as well. Let's ask it to return. So let's run it now. Okay, have a good look at it. That is it. There's a definition for the calculation. Maybe move it up a little bit so that you can see it. Yeah. Okay. So now let's run it. So we enter name there. So let's say the name is Paul London. Okay, and telephone number 999. Don't ever call that number, that's police number. And here the email, Paul London .com. That's Paul London's email, so enter details in there, and this one, then the price of each of these. Come in there, enter the price of these as well. Let's click on total. There, see, that is working as expected. The only error, okay, the only error now is this, so we need to convert that to 2 decimal place. So let's go back in there and get that converted. I think that is it right here. Yeah, we need to convert that to 2 decimal place. So all of this should be converted. Okay. Yeah, we can always convert it right from here. Let's copy this. I'm gonna copy all of this and paste it here. Let's close this. That's it. Repeat the same thing for this and this, and close. Okay, let's try it again. Hopefully that should take care of the decimal place. Let's see what happened here. Okay, I'm going to just let's do it all over again. It's not accepting it like that, but it should accept. Yeah. Okay, we give it a try one more time anyway. Let's copy just this and paste it right there. Okay, 1, 2, and close that. I think I must have made a mistake with the brackets, and paste this one there, paste this there as well. Okay, let's close this bracket as well and close this, then file, save, run it now. There. Okay, so it's working as we want. So let's enter the following. So let's say the name is Bobby Gets Drunk. So number and email is getdrunk@hotmail.co.uk. Right, enter details in there, and the cost of this is and the cost of this is maybe. Alright, so click, let's select method of payment, click there, and the reference. Okay guys, so you see that it's working as expected. So I will call it the end of this program, but before I go, let me show you guys the program, the lines of codes one more time. Let's take it right from the top. Have a good look at it. Bring it down. So here I imported all the libraries I needed. Define the geometry, title, the background color, then my exit function, my reset button function. Now I have my reference function here, and right here, that is where all of the calculation took place. Right, have a good look at it. Now take it down. Variables declared, then the variables initialized, and here we have time and date initialized as well, and here I have the frames, and right here I have the project title. Here we have left frame at the top right frame, bottom right frame, then bottom left frame, the bottom right frame. That's where we have all of the buttons, and that's it guys. So with that, I'm going to call it the end of this program. I suppose you all enjoyed, so you all have a nice day now.